Alrighty. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Brianna Goodwin, Pink Cadillac Sales Director of the Be Good Winners. And this is week 2 of our new consultant training Zoom. Thank you guys for being so easy to reschedule and to have today. I totally forgot that yesterday was Veterans Day and I would have my son. And I had a really long weekend and I just needed to recharge. And so here we are, and I have some really awesome stuff planned for you. And last week we were talking about booking, and this week I want to talk to you about coaching because we didn't have a chance to do that last week. And so I wanted to go over that. And then we'll see how much we can get through the skincare class today, or what we might have to also extend out, because there's a lot of information, and I want to make sure that you guys get everything, that you have out of this. So I'm just going to double check this. Okay. All right. So let's jump in. I found a really, really great paper for you guys that I'm going to send to you. And I was just so excited about it. And seriously, I could probably spend an entire hour training on this. So I really want to go through this part because honestly, if you don't have any bookings, or how to coach it, we can learn the skincare class, but you don't even need to know what to do with the skincare class if you don't have the bookings, right? And so I'm going to go through this sheet I found, and it is called Working Full Circle. And it goes through booking and it goes through the coaching process. And then what is so nice is attached to this is it has a table close, which I might edit this of what I asked in my table close questions. It has the individual close, which is fantastic. And then it has the 4-point recruiting plan on here, which is so huge. So we're going to go through this sheet and I'm going to kind of explain what that looks like to coach and do a quick refresher, which is nice on this top part. It goes through a refresher of that booking process. And then if we have time, we're going to get into doing the flip chart. And if we don't have time, we will do the flip chart next week and really go through the skincare class. Okay. So working full circle, booking is the lifeline of your business. I talked about that last week, right? And so if we don't have any bookings, we are not in business. And so it starts out here of make a list. Make a list of who would be the model or host a party, 30 minimum with the names and phone numbers. Okay, so if you haven't already, if you didn't do that last week, make sure you have that list of faces to start with. Mark your date book. When are you going to work your Mary Kay business, right? That is what we talked about last week too, is carving out that time of when you are available to work that business, because this is not a time management, this is a priority management, and how we are going to prioritize the little minute amount of time or the allotted amount of time that we have in doing this. Practice your script. What's in it for her? Pampering, fun, friends, relaxing, free product. How long will you be there? Will you be wimpy or will you be confident? Remember, you are not asking for a favor. You are offering something wonderful. So that to me says, be confident in your scripts, be using the scripts. We only have to, copy and paste these scripts. So it's not even like we have to be confident, but our energy needs to be confident, because when we're sending it, it changes of who we attract or the yeses that we get when people are confident with that. So I'm having this weird feeling all of a sudden that just for some reason that I'm hoping I'm on. I know I have Leslie here with me, which is so perfect, but because we changed it, I just hope it didn't change and other people have another thing that they're on. So I'm just going to double check because I'm using my phone right now. I'm going to double check that I haven't gotten a text from anybody. Okay. Sounds good. All right. So it should be fine. All right. So having your confidence in that and making sure to remember to enroll them into your challenge and to enroll them into that 30 Faces challenge. Practice working through the 4 or 5 most common objections. So you are going to get objections when you reach out to people. The 5 most common objections, and that's a whole other training in itself, is no time. They've tried Mary Kay before and have either made them break out or they've already done it. Broke out is the next one, so that's that. No money, or they use brand X. So really learning how to answer those objections. We're not going to go over that today, but If you have gotten one of those objections before, please reach out to me and tell me if you like need to know how to respond to it right away so I can help you work through that. Because when people give you an objection, you guys, it's like them throwing a hot potato at you of their stuff. It's like, you know, we are trained to say no to things 7 times when we're being sold to. And our way of saying no is having an excuse or an objection. So we say, oh, I tried it before, Mary Kay made me break out. They take their hot potato of not having enough information, they throw it at you. What happens, hey Marcy, welcome. What happens is when we, you know, throw that objection, we get that objection thrown to us, that hot potato. Sometimes consultants just hold on to the hot potato and they run away with the hot potato. Our job is to politely hand the hot potato back to that person with that objection of learning how to answer it, because there are going to be objections. But what I want you to take on is this objection is not personally against you. This objection is not even personally against the company. This is just this person's stuff that they aren't having, again, enough information yet, that is their first line of defense. And our job is to answer the objection and to be able to give them more information, but in a validating, hearing way, instead of a like, I didn't hear anything you said, this is not how Mary Kay is anymore, so like, are you going to do it? So that I might need to write that down, because objections could be like a whole training in itself. I keep like extending this training, so we'll see if you guys are liking it or if it's useful, that I'll like continue to go on with these. So schedule an interrupted time to make your calls. So like, where are you, you know, in that schedule, not only the times that you're taking the bookings, but where are you putting into your schedule that like you are non-negotiable, you know, going to book your appointments during that time. And then call until you have 8 to 10 scheduled within the next 2 weeks. Remember to book twice as many as you want to hold. And so, you know, however many appointments you have this week or next week is the confidence in your business. And whenever the last appointment you've held was, or if you've never held one, is where your confidence is lacking. Because the farther and farther we get away of signing up and holding our first appointment is where we start to question ourselves, or we start to get a little bit scared. And so where that confidence comes from is having those wins. And so we get to choose how far away those wins are from each other. Okay, so booking is the lifeline of your business. Booking gets it. Coaching keeps it. I love this. I was using an analogy the other day in my training, but I love this of how simple it is that when I send you guys this sheet. So why coach? To establish a rapport with your hostess and to give her confidence and keep her excited. That is the best and most perfect way I have heard coaching be described. You are building a connection with her as you are coaching her, if you've never met her or anything, and you are giving her the confidence that you are legitimate and professional if she's never met you before, and you are keeping her excited and you are keeping her engaged when you learn the art of coaching. To establish a rapport with her friends and solidify the appointment. So follow the coaching checklist. And so this is so great. It has an entire checklist on here for you of what to do, right? So you don't have to remember it. So we're going to go through some of these things of what it would be. So we're going to pretend you've made your list. You know when you're going to hold your appointments. You have been reaching out. You've gotten yeses. And what's going to happen is now your initial coaching. So after you book her, you're going to, if you're doing a hostess program, you're going to ask when you can drop a hostess packet by her house, or you are going to pop one in the mail to her. So a hostess program is maybe a deal that you're giving this person depending on how many people she gets there, or how many sales that happen at the party, or holding her appointment on the same date and time. And so if you go on our Facebook group in the albums, I do have a lot of different hostess programs that you can utilize. Honestly, as a brand new person, though, if I'm speaking to new consultants, you don't even need a hostess program, because they are just normally saying yes and enrolling into your challenge of your first 30 faces in 30 days. But if you feel that you need one to offer people, then of course, go for it. Get your hostess excited about inviting her friends and earning free product and gifts. If she needs gifts, if she needs ideas of who to invite, do that too. So sometimes we have to inspect what we expect. Sometimes we just think, oh, that person booked the appointment and they know exactly what to do. They know exactly how to talk to their friends. They know exactly who to invite. And sometimes they're just sitting there like, I don't know who to invite. I don't know who wants to come. She already uses this skincare. She's going through all the objections that happen, right? As her, as a new consultant. So, like a new consultant would, of being nervous about that stuff. So we have to like help her and say, hey, make a list of your closest friends and family, who have skin, and who you want to invite. And do you need a script that I could, give to you to help you invite people? We talked about that last week. Sometimes people say the craziest things when they're inviting, their friends of coming over. Like, hey, this Mary Kay chick like said she's doing this thing, so like, do you want to come? And then they never talk to them again, and then they give us their guest list, and we don't even know if it's a yes. And then when we're going into it, we're like, whoa. So if we got to coach this hostess of how to reach out to her friends. Isn't this cut cute? What does it say? This glass is half full, and it has coconut water in it, so it is half full. All right, let her know exactly what you will be doing at her party, and that there will be a script in her hostess packet. So in some of these scripts, or in these packets, I have these these hostess packets, it has what to, like, for her to say. So that is kind of good for a hostess packet, whether you're even wanting to, give her free stuff or not, because it preps her with a place where she can put her idea of a guest list. It preps her with how to reach out to these people. So it's actually less work for you when she does this. Stress starting on time early for special pampering, and that you carry a full inventory for purchases that night. So you may or may not have product on hand, and so that might shift what you say, but letting her know what to expect is so important. Like the littlest things, you guys, like, do we have a table to sit around for everybody to sit at, like a dining room table? Because sometimes I come and they don't know what to expect, and they're like trying to have us on the couch at a coffee table. That's fine if that's their only option as well. I mean, I've done it all. I've had it where their actually knees are on the ground, and we use the couch as a table because they didn't have a table. So it is what it is. But if we can prepare them and they have it ready, they already have a spot for us ready to go, good lighting, chairs, things like that. And we don't want to over detail it to where it's like, seems like this whole, thing that they got to do. But we also want to prep them of what to expect, because when they know what to expect, they know what we're going to experience. When we have a description of what's going to be happening at this appointment, for example, I always tell people, hey, I'm a beauty consultant, and you get to invite 8 of your girlfriends, and you all get to experience a self-guided anti-aging facial. Self-guided, very important word, self-guided, because they sometimes think that we're going to come over and lay them down on the couch and be estheticians and pop their zits, and that's not what's going to happen, people. So you're going to experience a self-guided anti-aging facial, a lip treatment if you do satin lips, an eye treatment, eye cream, a satin hand treatment, and a foundation matching. So now they know what to expect, right? When she talks about being there early for special pampering, this is when you can help her to make sure people are on time. And part of my script that I give to a hostess to send out to her people says, hey, Susie, I'm super excited. I'm actually hosting a Mary Kay pampering treatment night, and my Mary Kay beauty consultant asked me to invite my 6 funnest friends, and of course I thought of you, and I would love to reserve you a spot. Is there any reason you can't make it on date and time? And then when they say yes, say awesome. If you can be the person who, the people who are early actually are going to get to experience a special satin hand treatment, so you're not going to want to be late. And so what this is doing is that when it's in somebody's home, people tend to be a little bit lax. They're like, I'll show up when I show up. But for you, you might have blocked out a very special part of time because you have childcare, or you have these things going on, or you're going to your next skincare class right after, if you're booking after booking. And so if we're waiting for these people to come and not starting on time and all this stuff, it messes up our time. So it's an incentive to get people there earlier. Encourage her to get her guest list within 24 hours, names, numbers, emails, addresses, and if you have the time, mail reminder postcards to those she has invited that have said yes. So that is the next step. So for me, right when we're booking, I say, great, how many spots would you like me to reserve, or who would you like to invite, or how many would you like to invite? And you can have up to blank amount. How many would you like me to reserve? And so I like to get that number. And then I say, great, if you can get me that guest list by tomorrow, or I say at least within 48 hours, I'll have another special gift for you. That could be a wrapped color card from your starter kit in like a little cellophane bag. This is not saying that we're going above and beyond. It's just kind of giving that next step to get the information and to keep her on pace, because she books it and she's off to the next thing, and we got to keep it up here of a deadline. You even will give people a deadline, and it's kind of also setting the tone of the next time you're checking in, so that way you're like, great, I will check in with you by this time, and if you have it, I'll have a gift for you. And then if they don't get to you, say, hey girl, I know I mentioned I was going to check in, I was just curious if you had a list of those names joining you yet. And so then that's a good checking in piece. It's a good connecting piece. It's a part of that building the rapport piece, so that way it's staying in their brain and we're getting the things that we need out of that appointment. For me, I have been doing that Google form thing where I send her the link and she sends it to her guests. So I'm getting their names, their emails, their phone numbers, and you could add an address option to that. I find that it's a little bit easier to get the information from my hostess because sometimes she feels the need to go, and this could be my story, so I don't want to put like my negative energy story on you, but sometimes I have had an experience where she's like, let me check with everyone first if it's okay to give you like their name and their number, and it's a little bit more back and forth than when I just say, hey, here's the Google form, give me, and I more so check in and say, what's the names of the people joining you? Because she gives that to me right away. And I say, great, can you send this link to them to answer a couple questions about their skin? If you can have them fill that out today, I'll have a special note going in the mail for them to send a reminder. So that could be your next piece to help bridge the gap with that. I do think for me personally, whether it's a hostess packet or a save the date, I do send those out to all of my appointments. I think it makes a difference. I watch them actually bring them to my appointments. People do not get happy mail anymore. They get bills in the mail. So when they can get those things from us, it's nice, and it can go on their fridge. Again, if you're brand new and you're just overwhelmed and you're just trying to get things going, don't worry. Imperfect action is better than perfect procrastination. So if you're like, I have to book it and then I have to send her this thing and I'm not ready for that, don't worry. Just do these pieces of connecting virtually. You could even make a little thing in Pic Collage that you send to them and you send to her friends. But eventually these are things you can work up to when you're fully in and you're fully working full circle, if you're wanting to know like every piece that you want to do. Encourage outside orders. Show her how it can guarantee her free product. Could give an additional incentive for so much in outside orders. So there's a lot of hostess programs that says she'll get X amount of free product if she gets blank in outside orders. So sometimes what that looks like is she has people who said they wanted to come. They're very familiar with Mary Kay. They can't make it. In my hostess packet, I sometimes send blank sales tickets or a piece of paper that has of how to take order forms with a lookbook catalog. So then she can bring that to her work, pass it around, and be able to potentially collect any orders of those who cannot come. Find out what she wants for free. Help her earn it and let her know you'll do your best. So if you are working a hostess program, I send her to my website and I say, hey, you have the opportunity to earn up to $100 in free product, or whatever your hostess program is. I want you to go onto my website here and I want you to make a wish list of all the things you think you're wanting. That way we can really help you to be able to get those things for free. Now you're enrolling her, you're getting her excited, you're next stepping, you're building a rapport, you're building the excitement. So this is the initial coaching right after booking her. This does not happen all in one day sometimes, by the way. This also depends on how far your party is out. But these are all the different little things that you can go through and check off. So, phone coaching, 1 to 2 days before the appointment. Be excited and make this a quick call. You don't want it to seem like work. So on this call or through this texting, mind you, I have done most of my business through texting, not through phone calls. So it's really what works for you. I do think that if you can just do the phone call, it cuts a lot of time out of nonsense of the going back and forth. So it's not a bad idea by any means. So while you're on this phone call, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get her guest list and make sure you ask if she has reached them yet. This is crucial because she sometimes just gives you a list of names that she wants you to add. Sorry, I was like seeing what happens when I could go over. It's so weird. Okay. I got totally distracted by what my phone does. I normally do this on my Zoom. Okay. Now I can't see myself. Okay, there we go. So weird. Okay, so, and she gives you this, and then you have all these people's names and numbers, and you reach out to them, and you're like, what is going on? Susie did not even message them. She just thought you were going to do all the work. So we have to do some clarifying questions of things we thought were common sense, and they are not common sense. And you're like, good God. Good God. Okay. So get her guest list and make sure to ask if she's reached them yet. Encourage her to over invite and to confirm each guest. So tell her if she only gives you 3 names, say, hey, I want you to be able to get the most out of this hostess program. So I don't know if there's anyone else you can invite, but just in my experience of, holding a lot of these, what I find is that, half normally will say yes, but a third of them will only come. It means nothing against you. It's just how parties work, how life works, how weddings, how baby showers work. And so I would say that if you're wanting at least 6 people there, because that's going to be a way for you to get some free products from me, I would probably invite about 18 women. And if they all show up, no worries. But I guarantee you that half are going to say yes and a third will show up. And that way we hit that goal for you. So, let her know that you're going to call them. I text them and ask them about their questions about their skin, and I honestly send them a link. But these are all things of however you want to do it, right? Discuss where to have the party and what you'll need. Place for individual consultations. So this is now 1 to 2 days before is where I am checking in and letting her know. So in the beginning part, in the initial coaching, what to expect, I think that's going to be more of like, this is a self-guided facial. This is what we're going to be doing. Now, in the 1 to 2 days before, you're prepping her of like, tell me in your house where we're going to set this up that we can set everyone around the table, like what's going to work best for you. And I'm also going to need a little area where I'm going to be able to take people individually, give them their gifts for coming, and be able to just kind of close out any of their orders. So if there's a special spot that works best for you, that I can have like a little table or like a couple of chairs, just kind of be prepared that I'm going to kind of come in and find a spot to do that as well. So that is discussing where to have the party and what you'll need, and a place for individual consultations. So that's your close. I tell her to keep, this is on the list, keep refreshments simple and serve after. Let me tell you why. Some women want to go above and beyond and have this whole crazy meal. Some are just like that, and that is fine, but I still like to say keep it simple. Don't worry about it, like, because I don't want her to think that she has to do all this work if she wants to, because we know there's just some women who they love that and that's their thing. That's fine, but I tell them to keep it till it's done after. This is why they come in, they're eating, there's food everywhere. I'm trying to start the thing. Everybody's lollygagging, acting like it is a baby shower, and we're sitting around talking. And I'm like, I just wanted to start this. Nobody wants to touch their face because they want to finish eating first. Their hands are gross. It's just chaos. So if we can guide them in the beginning to wait till after, it is better for us. Of course, if you're water, lemonade, whatever, simple cookies, like nothing crazy. Childcare arrangements. Again, it is not always going to be perfect, but like if we can try to figure out how this person gets childcare arrangements and that people are not bringing their children, the party's a lot faster. The way I go about this is saying, so tell me, do you have any children? Like, okay, great. Are the kids going to be at home, or do you have someone to watch them that day? I just want you to be able to relax the best. And I know that you don't get to be fully present when your kids are there. And so that's what I find that people love, the best. Same thing with these, people are coming, because then you have children. I've done it all. It's fine. You'll make a way, find a way. Kids crying, screaming, running around. Party now goes on for 3 to 4 hours because these children are jumping off the walls. Okay, if it's a color follow-up appointment, have her. Oh, I don't do that. I'm not reading you that part. I don't like that part. If it's a color up follow-up appointment, have her have foundation before you come. I don't do that, so just ignore that, because I want to go through basic skincare with her again, like cleanse, moisturize. So if she didn't buy the skincare, like that's what she's focused on to make sure she leaves with this time. Confirm you'll be arriving 30 minutes early. So I like to get to somebody's house 20 to 30 minutes early, because I do not want everybody staring at me while I'm setting up the trays, their placemats, how I set up the appointment, my area where I'm going to hold consultations, all my bags, getting all that organized. The reason for this is because I want to be present. I want to be calm. So when her guests come in, I can be present with them. I can shake their hand. I can meet them. I can learn their names. I don't look like I'm a chicken with my head cut off running around. Mary Kate always said to look like a swan on top of the water and like a duck paddling underneath. So it doesn't mean that it's easy, but we want to make our job look easier for people. Check on her outside orders while we're on this phone call with her. Remind her you'll have product for purchase. So just reminding her, like, I'm so excited. I'm going to bring things that people love, stuff they can take home with them right away. Again, a really important reason that you want to have product on hand. It makes a difference. I call the night before to get directions. That way I have another reason to call and make sure we're all set. So for me, I typically text her the morning of if the party's in the evening, or I text her the night before if the party's in the morning, and I confirm like her address in a sense, and I say like, hey, I just wanted to make sure, is there anywhere special that I need to park, or like, what do you think is best? And it's like this last piece where like we're talking again and connecting and confirming and getting final head count. So that way, like, we are double, triple, quadruple confirmed. Okay. Pre-class coaching. So now we're there. So it says, when you arrive with a great attitude 30 minutes early. So on the way to this party, I suggest that you either listen to a skincare class on your way so you can re-hear the things in your brain, or listen to something motivational, or listen to really positive music. Get yourself in the zone, start to release all the yucky stuff going on in life, and go, I'm going in here to be a servant beauty consultant and take care of these women, and go in with the best intentions possible. Give her a skincare give her a sincere compliment and ask if it's okay to set up. So what I try to do is not come in with all my bags at first. I try to come in, especially if I don't know where I'm going, especially if I've never met this person, it's through a referral or something like that. I come to the door, make sure I'm at the right place. I always step back when I get to the door, so I'm not in her space. I don't ever ring the doorbell. I knock on it unless she can't hear me, and then I have to ring it. And I like to shake her hand, welcome, introduce myself, and say, hey, I'd love to come in and just see where you would love me to set up and what's the best place for me to do that. I kind of go check out what's happening, and then I say, great, I'm gonna go back to my car, I'm gonna get my bags, because I don't want to look like all out of breath coming up and meeting her for the first time. Then it says the 4-point recruiting plan. So that's going to be something separate that we talk about, which is on here on the bottom. It's on the here. And then we're going to remind her, she's going to have all these refreshments. She don't listen to anything you said. Trust me, people don't listen to anything. So we just have to repeat ourselves constantly and shake our head and go, oh yeah, I definitely said this to you 2 days ago. He didn't hear it. Okay. But it's okay. Okay, so remind her, so, oh my gosh, these are such beautiful refreshments, Susie. Like, you are just so awesome. You're probably going to have the most amazing people here, because I can just see that you're so amazing. And so your party goes the best. What I would think is, like, let's get everybody a drink, but let's just save these to the end. And that way they have something to kind of do and snack on while I'm taking them for the individual clothes. That way we can just get going right away, do that. And then you guys can have so much fun and spend time with each other, because I want to be respectful of your time. Practice that. Okay. Instruct her as to how she can help you. So I teach her how to do satin hands for me, and you could even do satin lips if you want to at the sink as the guests come in. This is so she is doing that. I am right now teaching her how to be a beauty consultant, and then I can be at the table matching people's foundations, getting sure that if I didn't already have them pre-profiled and have all the skincare in the tray for them, that I'm finishing that up as they come in. I'm getting to meet the guests. I'm getting them all situated. So that is how to coach a party. Now, this is the sheet I use on that has a lot of those things on here that I had sent to you guys last week, of keeping all that guest information. Again, in this name, phone, email, whatever thing, I do write some of that there, but I also write their skin types there. So it's all on one page. I have a booking binder where I keep blank of those ready. So that way I'm always ready to book at any moment. And then I have like this appointment coming up. So like I have all of her skin type stuff. If I've highlighted her address, it means that I've sent out a save the date. And you can kind of see how I start to keep track of all of that stuff up there. Those go in chronological order. in my booking binder. So then I can go through and I have this little checklist and I'm checking where I'm at with each party. And then when I'm done, I can close it and I don't have to keep all that information in my head. There is nothing special to this. I know you're gonna be like, show me the booking binder. I literally have one tab for empty party coaching sheets. I have ones to follow up with that cancels. I have an area where I can keep my referrals and keep those party coaching sheet and attach the referrals to them after the party so I can remember where they came from. And I have the ones I'm currently working with. Like whatever system works for you, I just have a place that I keep them in. So there is that. Typically I'm like, does anybody have any questions before I move on? And you're all muted out, and that's not how this thing works right now. So we're not going to do that. Okay. What I love, and we're not going to go over this right now because we're going to wait till the skincare class part comes, but what is so nice on this PDF is it goes through the table close and the individual close and the 4-point recruiting plan on the second page of this PDF of coaching. So it's really, you're like, how do you book? How do you coach it to hold? Awesome. We do the body of the skincare class. How do you work at full circle of doing the close afterwards, getting the sale, adding the team member? And so full circle, right? So we're not going to go through that, but I will go through quickly the idea behind the 4-point recruiting plan because that was a part of the coaching. So point 1, is that in PDF on the Facebook files page? No, it is not, but I'm going to add it today and I'm going to send it in the email with the recording of this link because I just found it today because they redid it on a website that I used to get a lot of this stuff off of. Okay, thanks. Okay, I will get that to you guys, promise. All right. Okay, so since people can write notes in this, if anybody has any questions about anything that I just said, totally let me know because I can definitely clarify anything. That was cool. Thanks, Marcy, for doing that. Okay, 1, ask the hostess who is coming today who might be interested in doing something that I do. So this is a part, the 4-point recruiting plan is a part of when you are with her, teaching her how to do the satin hands, asking where to set up. This is all a part of this conversation of that 30 minutes you get there before everybody that you're getting to kind of connect with her, get to know her and ask her. So as a hostess, so tell me, who is coming today? Like, are they family? Are they friends? I'm so excited to meet everybody. How are they connected to you? Oh my gosh, awesome. Do you think there's anyone here who might be interested in kind of, you know, making some extra income or, you know, doing what I do? She's going to say no. Oh, no, I don't think so. Okay. Well, I just want you to watch. You've been so great. Like, I know that you probably, you know, wouldn't want, you know, might not want to do something like this, but you have been like the perfect hostess and you have literally done my job today. So just kind of watch what I do today because it might be kind of interesting for you. You're layering her. You are making her think about it. You just flipped this switch on that said, oh, I never thought about me doing it, but now all of a sudden I thought about it and then I did just do that. And she asked me, now I'm wondering who. And even though I just said no, I'm actually still thinking about it. Number 2, give a heartfelt, enthusiastic I story at each class. Share how you began your Mary Kay career and what it means to you. Share your why. And it's so funny because the next thing I printed out for us to go over today, depending on time, is how to create your I story because that is the beginning of the skincare class. So this is the second way. So you're connecting with your hostess, you're building this rapport. Now you're connecting with everybody. You're enrolling them into you. They are buying you first. This is the first sale of the party. You selling you. Then us selling the company. Then us selling the skincare. Then us selling the marketing. And then us doing the close with the products. It is a layered process that works perfectly together if you can do each part to work at full circle. Number 3, select at least one person at each class and offer her your career. Mary Kay says share with 2 women. So your goal and your intention, especially with this challenge that we have going on right now for the $1,000 shopping spree for people, if they decide to do a sharing appointment with us, you as being someone brand new who can earn your pearl earrings and your pearl bracelet and your pearl necklace for learning how to do sharing appointments. And for you who in this promotion we're doing can be entered to do these sharing appointments and win $1,000 in cash. What motivation that after these appointments, you have the intention of what 2 am I going to set up career coffee chats with or phone calls or FaceTimes to share this opportunity with if they were not signing up that day. So have that in your mind. What two am I asking from each party? Mary Kay said that someone at each party, at each appointment, there's someone who kind of wants to do what I do. And so, I just have a challenge to share with 10 women this month. It totally does not mean you have to sign up, but it would so help me with my training and to earn my first piece of jewelry from Mary Kay. And this is the perfect time for you, because by you just learning a little bit more and giving your opinion, you're going to be entered in for $1,000 in a Mary Kay shopping spree. So really nothing to lose. You get entered into that and get to learn a little bit more. What typically works best for you to jump on a 20-minute phone call or meet up for coffee, a weekday or a weekend? This is happening in your clothes. This is happening with your intention of the two people you're going to choose, that you get that woman gut intuition of who you want to ask, or maybe gives you a high level of interest, or maybe was really invested when you were sharing the marketing plan. Number 4, offer the hostess a special gift for any person suggested by her who becomes an independent beauty consultant. So tell her, if so-and-so signs up today and you encourage her to follow through with this sharing appointment, or the person that you already suggested here, if you encourage her to do that, I'm going to have another special gift for you. So guess what this is called? This is called edifying. You have someone selling her that isn't you, and who is encouraging her that isn't you. And this is her close friend who is like getting her excited about it, and you're not having to do any work for it because she's helping convince it because there's something invested in for her. So that is the 4-point recruiting plan. Okay, let me see what time. 12:38. Okay, we're gonna see what we can get done in these last couple minutes. Okay, helpful coaching, understanding, kind of getting this full circle. I have to take a deep breath. Extremely. Okay, good. I love your communication, Marcy. It helps me. I'm normally used to being liver with people, that I'm going back and forth with them and not talking by myself in my room. So, all right. So now we are going to move on to our flip chart. I can't write fast enough. Well, I am doing, you'll get the recording, so don't worry if you don't get all the pieces of it, because I promise I will send you the recording and you can watch it as many times as you want. I'm going to save these ones forever. I'm going to download them into my cloud so that they don't go away on this first round for training for people. Okay, so the company gives you a flip chart. So pretty. I stole all the pictures from it. Not technically a fan of the words on the back, and I'm not technically a fan of how the binder holds it, but whatever you love. So I have found that this flip chart that I got from another director is amazing. It's a little bit more simplified. I will send in the link of this follow-up email where I got this. This is my flip chart. It's not glamorous like the company's, but it holds really well. It's super flat. It's really light, and it can fit in everything. So it unvelcros, and I'll show you. I got it for like $9 or $10 or I don't know, no more than $12 on Amazon. So it folds like this, and then it can sit on the table. Okay, so super simple. I put my arm in it a lot, so I don't even have to hold it, and I'm holding it with my arm, so they're like looking at it, and I'm a hand gesturer. Okay, so you can totally follow along with companies. You don't have to do it. Is it okay to augment the flip chart to meet? How do I get back to that question? Shoot. Chat. Is it okay to augment the flip chart to meet your client's needs, or do you review everything in it? So that is a great question, Leslie. You totally augment the one the company sends you, for sure, because there's so much stuff in that. They actually are like, take whatever pieces you want. In this flip chart I'm about to show you, it is like beginning to end what I do at every single skincare class. However, I augment it if I'm doing a different skincare than the Miracle 3D. So like we have different pages, not for every step, like the Miracle 3D one in this one does, because it goes through like just a page on cleanser, just to play, you know, on that. But it has at least an overview. So I think as you see me go through using this flip chart, there's really not much to change unless it's just that. But with the companies, like the order that it goes in is just not the flow that I love. And it gives so much information, it's overwhelming and it takes too much time. So that's where I would be like, yes, like augment away, you know? Good question. Okay, so this is the first page, get started. I hope the lighting works well. I'm going to kind of move to the side. And if you can see on this, it kind of gives you a list of things to do or what to say. So, shoot, I'm like trying to see what I can do. So what I normally, this is great because if you're like, okay, I'm not carrying my thing around of what to do to get things going. This is your setup and welcoming guests. So set up the table with Miracle Set, CC Cream, cleansing brushes, mirrors, trays, washcloths, or the cloths, and the Mary Kay Starter Kit and profile cards. So this helps you like, okay, what do I put on my table? Now, very important, on the table, I display the skincare set. I watch new consultants do it all the time where they put all the product in the trays and then they take the product and they put it back in their starter kit. You want to have it visually on the table, not in the boxes. Like you want to be able to have the bottles there so you can pick up and hold them as you're talking about each one. I should do a picture too, maybe in my follow-up email of what my personal setup station looks like for each person with my tray and my profile card and like water and like where all that goes. So I'm going to make that happen for you guys too. Set up your one-on-one office away from the table for individual closing consultations to have your money bag, calendar, sales tickets, calculator, and product. Greet each guest as she arrives with a handshake and repeat her name. You guys, this is all on there. Like if you're like having a nervous breakdown because you're so afraid of doing your first appointment, all you have to do is read the first back page of like, okay, what do I do to get started? Okay, just read this page in the flip chart, the first page. Demo satin hands on each guest as they arrive. Smile, massage their hands. By the way, never done that in my life. So you don't have to do that because I'm teaching the hostess. Remember, just take things like, and you know what, Leslie, to go back on that comment of augmenting, like on here, again, I don't even say everything on here. I have my own jokes for things. So like feel free on whatever, like highlight what is your most important things to say if you don't want to say it all, or like your personal stuff. You know what I mean? Like this is just giving you the flow. This gives us a chance to really connect with each person. After guest experience satin hands, have guests fill out their customer profile cards. Okay, so that's that. Then we have this page, Let's Party. This is when we do the welcome and introductions. So, so we see this page and it's on there. So, hi everyone, my name is blank. Thank you so much for being here today. First, I want to say thank you to Susie, the hostess. What I love about Susie is blank. Now, if you don't know her, I say what I love about Susie is she has just been such a great communicator and just so great of like helping me get this together. So that just tells me a lot about her. Or you might know her and you say something you love about her. What is happening in this, as I'm explaining this to you, is you are selling the sizzle of being the next hostess. So you want to treat her like a queen. You want to make her feel special because people want to be treated like her, because guess what? Most people are not treated like her ever or get this attention or whatever. I have a big goal of blank. I have my first big goal to see my first 30 faces in 30 days as part of my on-the-job training. And Susie has agreed to help me with that. And so I am so thankful for her support. And then it even tells her, look at her, look at her and smile at her. All right, so how do your hands feel? It says that in bold. Incredible, right? I do this with my hands. How do your hands feel? Watch this. I'm shaking my head up and down when I'm talking about that, because people will start to agree and nod with you, and you are teaching them how to react and teaching them what to love. So incredible, right? And then I sometimes will say, tell me, this is not on a flip chart, so take a note down if you like this. Tell me some describing words of how your hands feel. Like what do you love about it? they're selling themselves when they soft, smooth, this, that. They're selling themselves when they do that. It is really important to figure out where you can input questions into your skincare class when you're talking to them, because it engages them and their eyes aren't rolling in the back of their head like, you know, this chick has been talking so much. And I'm muting everyone. Okay. And like, and you check out. So when we ask questions, like I'll even say like, raise your hand if this has ever happened to you. It like makes them have to engage. Okay. Well, now we're going to make your face feel as good as your hands. But before I start, I would love to meet everyone. Let's go around the table and do some quick introductions. So tell me your name and what makes you awesome in this world. And you can't say your kids because moms are automatically awesome. This part is crucial. Crucial. I don't care if you have to spend 10 or 15 minutes on this part getting to know people. People want to talk about themselves, and when they feel important or noticed, you have got them in the palm of your hand to listen to the rest of your skincare class. So I kind of sometimes choose me. It's always probably the person to my right, and I kind of facilitate it. So I'm like, let's go ahead and start with you. So tell me your name. Okay, awesome. Your name is Sally. Okay, Sally. So tell me, what do you do for work? This tells me a lot about a person too, like what their job is. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm not judging them either way. It's just showing me where they're at. It's starting to teach me about them. Okay, awesome. All right. So if you could tell me one thing that is awesome about you, what would it be? And sometimes they have a hard time. Sometimes they just are so excited to share. Sometimes you have to help them through that. And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, tell me why, like, your best friend would say you're an awesome friend. And they're like, oh, I guess she likes this about me. Oh my gosh, that is so great. I'm affirming her. She feels special. She feels heard. Great foot to start the skincare class on. As you get this full circle better of learning how to do this and you feel comfortable and you're not scared to pee your pants of getting through the skincare class after your first couple, what's going to happen is you're going to know the skincare class like the back of your hand. And during this part is where you're understanding their personality types. You're understanding where Mary Kay is going to be fitting into their lives. And you are like going to learn how to connect with them. So this is crucial. Sometimes I ask, if money and time were no object, what would your dream life look like in a year from now? That gives me their why. It gives me their why of why they need extra income or whatever they need from Mary Kay. So that is also very telling if she's a big thinker or not a big thinker. So that's just an extra question you can throw into there. All right, so we go around the whole table. We do that. Do you notice that I have not told her about myself yet? And I'm fully invested in them. They got satin hands. They got a special tray for themselves. They got to talk about themselves. And now, because they have been heard, guess who's going to listen to you during the skincare class? All of them, unless you have sad Susan in the room who needs to, you know, have a little moment. You can't always keep victim Victoria out of, you know, the party, but, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so then the next part that we're going to do, we got to know them all. So this is what you see next. It kind of has the satin hand picture. And this says our agenda for today. Women need to know what to expect. And we can't really relax until we know what to expect. So we like to tell them the agenda. So I'm going to say, okay, so here's our agenda for today. I want to just share with you what we're going to be doing tonight, so that way you know what to expect. And, you know, my goal is to be able to have this done in the next, you know, 45 minutes, because I want to be respectful of your time. I know you're taking time away from your family and your children, and that way we can have so much fun afterwards and enjoy the refreshments, or, you know, whatever. You're already setting her up for a time frame, because she's like, how long am I committed to be at this table with you? Oh, 45 minutes? I can handle 45 minutes. Okay. So first, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about me. Then I'm going to tell you a little bit about Mary Kay, the company. And then we are going to try and fall madly in love with our skincare. In Mary Kay, we do everything in 2 appointments: skincare and then a fabulous customized follow-up color appointment. We do this for 2 reasons. One, if you have tried this, if I tried to show you the skincare and color in 1 appointment, it would take 27.5 hours. It literally says that on the back of this thing. So it's kind of fun because it puts jokes in there. And 2, what makes makeup look great is great skin. Wouldn't you agree? And I start shaking my head and they're like, oh, okay. I was like expecting to walk out of here a glamour queen if they're those glamour queens. And they're like, I understand now. Doesn't matter what you are using. If your skin looks bad, your makeup won't look as good. Plus, if you decide to start on our skincare, I can check back to make sure you're having awesome results. All right. So you're already setting them up for that follow-up appointment and you're already getting them settled that we're going to only be focused on skincare. Then I'm going to give you a chance to earn a little bit of free product. And then I'm going to get to tell you about the Mary Kay business opportunity. And finally, I'll be able to meet with you each one-on-one. So what have you done? You've already set up the expectations that you're going to tell her about our company. It doesn't need to feel weird now when you do it. You already told her you're going to do it. I'm going to meet with you each one-on-one. You've already set up that you're going to be taking her one-on-one so that we can go over and write down your faves of the things you tried today and to show you what you can get, how you can get a ton of free product right over there and book your customized follow-up appointment. You just reminded her a third time just in the agenda about the follow-up. Someone needs to hear something 7 times to get it into their head of what they're going to do. And so that's really easy. So then you're like, fast, fun, and easy. You're already setting them up. This is going to be fast. This is going to be fun. This is easy. People are listening subconsciously to those things and getting excited. I know I'm explaining a lot about why this, but I think that people are like, why did she say that? Or that kind of feels uncomfortable, or that doesn't sound like me. But I'm telling you why after doing hundreds of skincare classes as to why this really works, why it's so smart, what's happening for them on the other end. And for me, when I've done skincare classes totally different than this and not had the same results, I do believe we only started using this flip chart in the last year. You guys, in the last year. And it was totally different before then. And so we had it, and then the company made one, and I have seen dramatic results with selling and recruiting because we can be duplicatable. And it shows people that they can do this too, and it makes you less nervous and you feel more confident and professional. So here's my rant about the flip chart. Now you're going to do a very quick eye story about you. 2 to 5 minutes max. Practice and time yourself. So I'm going to read you the sample. Where are we at with time? We have 7 minutes. Okay. This is probably where I'm going to stop at today then. I'm going to stop at, I'm going to go through the eye story. I'm going to explain it, and I'm going to send you something to create your eye story. And then the next week's Zoom, we will then go through the rest of the skincare class. And hopefully if we can make it in there, the close. And then the week after that, I'll touch on marketing next week, but I'll like really go into marketing the week after that and how our career path works, how to share, how to set up sharing appointments, and how we make money. Hope you're okay with that. I just made an executive decision. Okay. And if any of this is happening for you guys sooner, that like it's happening to you right now, you're like, I need like the crash course, like reach out to me and I will help you and like set you up for it. Okay. So here's a sample in here of an eye story. Have no fear. I don't know why this printed blue. I'm going to send you this of how to create your eye story from Mary Kay. So I've been building my business for 7 years. It has blanks for you to fill this in. And it says if under a year, say less than a year. So don't say the months, like just say less than a year. Okay, because you're just brand new. So I've been building my business for less than a year. Or if it's your first party and it's like your family and friends, like be like, I'm so excited. I just started my Mary Kay business like last week. So give me some grace. Before Mary Kay, and then you're going to say a line or two about your life before. So you still may be doing the job you're doing. Most of you are, right? So, you know, before Mary Kay and still currently, I do this, you know, for my job. So kind of telling them your job. So this would be mine. Before Mary Kay, I used to be a licensed cosmetologist and had my own hair studio. And it says to show a picture of you before Mary Kay. Seriously, like, I think that would be so powerful. I don't know why I do that. Some of you are like, how I look before Mary Kay is actually how I look right now. As you get deeper into this process, though, you get more polished looking. It's a really fantastic thing that Mary Kay does. I was actually just with some national sales directors. We call them emeritus when they are retired. And let me tell you, these women are fabulous. And they are like 79. And because they've been using Mary Kay their whole life, they look amazing, phenomenal. So anyways, that could be something for me, but in the future. Okay. I never saw myself doing Mary Kay because This is so good because you are answering objections for them ahead of time and layering the marketing in this. So I never saw myself doing Mary Kay because I was super shy, or because I thought it was for old ladies, or that's mine. I thought it was like old lady makeup. But the more I learned about the business, I was attracted to Mary Kay because. But the more that I learned about the business, I was attracted to Mary Kay because I realized that the products were really high end and were actually the #1 best-selling skincare brand in the United States. And I got to experience the products for myself, change my skin. But then I really fell in love with the company. I fell in love with the girlfriends. I fell in love with the friendships. I fell in love with the way that these people poured into my life. And I knew that I wanted to be a part of this. What I have enjoyed the most or accomplished is, so I would say what I've enjoyed the most is that I'm in charge of my freedom and my flexibility. And so I've been able to, have this business, and have a toddler through it, have another business through it, be able to move through it. And so I just so appreciate that. And with all the life going on, I've been able to accomplish earning the use of 5 free cars, and 3 pink Cadillacs. I mean, how fun is that? So for you, I know that I have a big story. First of all, I don't want you to be worried about that because sometimes my big story works against me and people don't think that they can be me. So I want you to know right now, it is so okay if you're more relatable. So what I've enjoyed most or accomplished, so you get to use either, right, is the reason I work my Mary Kay business is because, and then this is where you really create your why. Why are you doing this? Why does this reach your heart? Why do you want to get up every day and do this? And so that's where you kind of share that piece. And my current goal is, it's so important to share your current goal. It's so important to even stretch your current goal so you can enroll people and create the space, because sometimes they're like, I want to be a part of that. Like, for example, you could be brand new and go on Target for car this month. Like, let me just tell you, I watched that happen before. So my current goal is to earn the use of a free car. And I'm so excited because I'm looking for my next 5 girlfriends who want to do this with me to be a part of that so we can go on Target. When you say things like that, you create the space for people to join and hear that and say, well, I think I'm going to sign up because I really wanted to be one of your 5. Like, that would be so cool, right? So it says, write yours out and just tape it over this section. So this is the reasoning that they put down here. This part of the Mary Kay party is probably the most important part. Sharing why you chose Mary Kay is critical to the connection you have with those at the table. Practice this part with your recruiter or sales director prior to your party if possible. Think about why you would be in Mary Kay for life. Make them laugh, make them cry. I mean, and when women have intuition, and when there's a part of your story that you need to share as to why you're doing this, and you feel that God-given intuition, share it. Because I can't tell you how many times, like, I've all of a sudden had this moment come over me where I'm like, when I came into Mary Kay, my mom died a year before I started, and my self-esteem and my self-confidence was so low, and I was craving positive women influence, and I didn't even know it then. And to come into a company that has literally poured life into me to raise my self-confidence and my self-esteem and to be able to give back to women, and that is how I create an income, is the biggest gift I could have ever been given. And my voice changes and my intensity changes, and then I sometimes take it away. So fun stuff. Never knew I'd do that on lipstick, and I kind of like take it away. So just some ideas. So with that, it's 1 p.m. I'm going to show you this really quick, and then we'll go into the next parts of it just to give you a little preview. The part after that is to go over about the company. That's where we share a little bit about Mary Kay. Then we share about the different skincares, which, by the way, I need to update this flip chart and put a new picture of the new botanicals. And then we go over the overview of the Miracle set, like a quick overview of the entire skincare. And then we go through each product. After we go through each product, we do a product overview of the skincare. Then I play the referral game. Then I do the marketing. Then I do the table close. And then I take them away and I do the individual close. So that's just kind of what to expect that's coming up, that we're going to go more through in detail. I will send you in this too, the PDF of the flip chart, in case I know I sent a lot of it to you when you first started, but just so you have it in another place to have and kind of go through it, because you don't have to wait for me. You can literally just read this. You can rewatch the skincare class. The skincare class that I have sent you in the past was our old skincare. So you're more so going to watch the flow, the dynamics, the connecting. I do not do my referral game the way she does. I know people. I need to make my own skincare class. I used to have one, but I totally changed it. I'm pretty excited though, because I just got a little ring light in the mail, and I'm gonna use that to make some new videos of doing stuff like that. But okay, quickly going over the iStory. Thanks for hanging in there with me. So this is straight from Mary Kay of how to develop your iStory. And it says having a well-crafted iStory is important because it can help connect with people at your skincare parties. Create your very own iStory by answering all the questions provided below. So this will be my homework for you guys this week, is to fill out this piece of paper. Okay. Remember, your iStory may change over time as you build and grow your business. So be sure to revisit this form and revise it as needed. All right, so it kind of goes through those things they said, and it kind of helps you to jot down a lot of things you're thinking. So you can take the most important pieces or the funny pieces or inspirational pieces to really create the story that you can write and you can put over the part in your flip chart. So it says, before I started my Mary Kay business, what did you do before starting your Mary Kay business, or what do you do currently? Okay, I started my Mary Kay business because. So getting clear on, why did you do this? Why? And how are we going to put it into words? Like, you know, I said that last week, like I gave them Miss Berry because I need some money, like yesterday. Like I don't have enough to make it till the end of the month. Like, how do we turn that into how we share it with other people? As a result of starting my business as a Mary Kay independent beauty consultant, what has starting your Mary Kay business allowed you to do? Right? So that kind of goes in to this. And again, you can use this, or you can use the thing in here of just changing the things of what you're going to input into it, whatever works best for you. So what, as a result, what has it allowed you to do? So if you don't have results yet, you get to put what you have enjoyed so far the most. Okay. And as I build my Mary Kay business, I'm looking forward to what? So what are you looking forward to build in your Mary Kay business? AKA, what are your goals? So with that, I hope that is helpful for you to create your iStory, making a powerful one. I would love to, okay, this is what I would really love. I would love for you to fill this out, and I would love for you to make one and send it to me, like written out. So that way I can help you, or I can applaud you, or we can work through it. So you have like a powerful, we call it like most people call it like an elevator story. Like if you were to go to a marketing thing, like how would you present yourself and let people know you and your mission and your why, and answer objections and layer the marketing literally within by like 2 to 5 minutes. Okay. So it's got to be powerful, quick, and concise. Okay, you guys, that is all I have for you today. I want to be respectful of the timing. I know there's literally so much stuff we could go over, but I know what we went over today was a lot. So we went over coaching. So have a booking goal this week. How many bookings do you want in your books? I know Marcy has like 12,000. She has 12, I think. So congratulations, Marcy. Like, you just caught a vision. So, you know, have a goal each day to get a certain amount of bookings, or to book your first party, or to have a sales goal. And then working on coaching those appointments to hold, and then working on your iStory so you feel confident to go in it, because literally everything else you can read, you guys, about the products. You don't have to make it up, but you got to be prepared with your iStory, and you want to connect, and that's the first way you're going to sell these people. All right, I hope you guys have an awesome Tuesday. We do have our success meeting tonight, so I hope to see you guys there with some great training and a guest event. And so I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.